Welcome to Dead Center Disc Golf. For this fly-through, we are heading back to WaterWorks Park in Kansas City, Missouri for the 40th annual Kansas City Wide Open FPO and MPO layout. Originally designed in 1996 by Ace Mason and Jim Kreeger, it's only fitting that the 40th annual Wide Open features a couple Ace Mason course designs. He passed away earlier this year. He is one of the founding fathers of Kansas City Disc Golf, and the community is not the same without him. He would come back every year from his home in Wichita, and the stories I've heard about him and his impact on the game here are numerous. The layout for the Kansas City Wide Open goes all the way out to 6,082 feet, and it is par 56. Of course, the practice baskets. Again, if you are here spectating or playing, park diagonally so we can fit more people up here on this parking lot. You can hit pause, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, share a memory of Ace Mason if you have one in the comment section. Just spread the love for him and for this great game of disc golf. All right, let's get to it. Basket one's in the long position, 470 feet, par 3, the best tee shot starting hole in Kansas City. Got to get around these big branches of these mature trees and the iconic rolling hills of WaterWorks. You can go really far right and fade back. This downward slope on the green is an issue if you fade out too high or too fast. You could end up at the bottom of the hill. It's a great starting hole. Basket 2, par 3, 315 feet. It is up in the hill position on the far right side. You gain some elevation off the tee. You are in the open. You do have this smaller tree and bigger tree on the left and right respectively. But then you're tucked up in this tree line here for your par 3, 315 foot basket number 2. Basket 3, par 3, 350 feet. This is the long position, and let me tell you how much work has been put in for the Kansas City Wide Open. An incredible amount to get this all cleared out. Thank you to all the volunteers. It has never looked this good and have this much space. Usually you're in a really tight corridor. You do have a little bit more breathing room on the left side, even though it is down the hill a little bit. Straight shot. Try to get as far as you can. Basket 4, par 3, 290 feet. You want to stay left for as long as you can because you do have some of these smaller trees on the right protecting the green, the peace sign green next to Terrapin Station, the most iconic holes in Kansas City Disc Golf. Basket 5, par 3, 340 feet. I advise the far right side. You can try to play maybe a roller up the middle, but the far right side you can hang a hyzer, scoot around this collection of trees, and have an open look for your birdie or par here at the 340-foot pin position. Basket 6, par 4, 376. You are on another corridor. Like I mentioned in the last WaterWorks fly-through, there's these shelves with incline and decline on opposite sides going back and forth for the first 7 holes, which makes rollaways pretty prevalent, and that's the nickname, or at least the moniker you get waterworked at WaterWorks Park. You want to get up as far as you can here. Hopefully you can land short there, and then you got a touchy green downhill. Basket 7, par 3, 235 feet, incline and elevation right off the tee. And a low ceiling makes this a tight gap to try to get as much distance to get a little skip up the hill. Most of this ground here is clear of grass, so you can get some good ground play. Watch out for those roots. And not a big chance of going up and over unless you pure it through the gap. Basket 8, par 3, 237 feet. Touchy, double mando. You can see on the marked tree trunks on the left and right side on either edge now. And this has a drop zone right there and a lot of OB back behind the basket down the hill. And there are a lot of potentials for rollaways here on this green as well. Basket 9, par 3, 350 feet. It's on a temporary tee pad on the sidewalk. Sidewalk and left is OB. There is a drop zone, and you get a one-stroke penalty if it does not come to rest in bounds. But pretty straightforward shot. Try to get up around here into this green and be on the right side of the sidewalk. Basket 10, par 3, 260 feet. We're going up the hill on the left-hand side. You want to make sure you call out 4 if you get anywhere close to that tee box. It's pretty tight on that fairway, but you're on the biggest hill probably on the course for rollaways. Seen a lot of them. Basket 11, par 3, 285 feet. You do have a little bit of elevation gain off the tee, then you dip back down. The change from tee to green isn't as much as it looks right here, but there is some elevation gain, and you do want to avoid these cement placements here on the green. You could play with your disc. Basket 12, par 3, 352 feet, has double mandos off the tee to keep you going up the middle. Right of the sidewalk is OB on the right-hand side. I still think hugging the right-hand side for as long as you can, staying underneath that ceiling, is the best play to get up here. There are some gaps above that are tempting, but I think they're a lot harder to hit than it looks. Basket 13, par 3, 325 feet. Before you think about going far left, there is a mando tree on the far left-hand side, forcing you to go somewhere around here and flexing it or turning it over as a hyzer flip to stay in this area. Watch out for the right-hand side, as that is OB, as indicated by the white painted line. Really, I think it comes out pretty flat off the tee as far as elevation. It's a tricky one. Basket 14, par 3, 454 feet. Just hope it's not windy when you are throwing, because the wind could either come off the left-hand side or the right-hand side, and you have potential to fade out either way and go a long way from the basket. But if you stay down the middle and stay short of the OB road, you'll be all right for this 454-foot shot. Basket 15, par 3, 270 feet. Straight up the middle. You do have a high hyzer line, and it is not mandatory. You could try to go up on 14's fairway and come back. The other pin position would be better for that play. This one's more straightforward, 270 feet. Basket 16, par 3, 281 feet. Of course, any part of that road, curb OB. So the play is to avoid the tree on the right. Make sure the landing is soft enough to not kick and roll down back into the street. The green is trying to pull your disc in that direction. Basket 17, par 4, 562 feet. This is the long position. There is a mando on the tree right here. You want to stay left of that. Of course, road is OB. You can skip back into that spot there. I'm going to land down here somewhere. Get a nice shot. This ceiling does come into play. And if you're too far left off your tee shot and on the hill opposite, this tree here will keep you from having a clean view of the basket. Basket 18, par 3, 330 feet. You want to stay here in the middle and hyzer. Put a lot of power on it, as you're going to want to really utilize this hill as a backstop. Try to get it all the way out here somewhere for a nice uphill putt. Plays a lot longer than 330 in my opinion. WaterWorks is a great course to have as an opening round in the Kansas City Wide Open. FPO and MPO playing here is a fantastic representation of Kansas City disc golf park style course on rolling hills. Look out for all those discs that catch metal and do not stay in the basket. I've seen, I think on hole 10, a rollaway that was longer than the initial tee shot. And that's the definition of being water worked. And my drone doing a representation of it now. Thank you for watching Dead Center Disc Golf.